Dear viewers, greetings. In this video, we are going to see about types of FTIR spectroscopy. Types of FTIR spectroscopy. Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy is a technique used to obtain an infrared spectrum of absorption or emission of a solid, liquid or gas. There are different types of FTIR spectroscopy depending on the method of sample handling and the application. Here are some common types of FTIR techniques. They are transmission FTIR, attenuated total reflectance FTIR or ATR FTIR, diffuse reflectance infrared Fourier transform spectroscopy or DRIF-TS, specular reflectance FTIR, photocaustic spectroscopy or PAS FTIR, microspectroscopy or micro FTIR, and finally hyphenated FTIR techniques. The first type is transmission FTIR. Principle: the transmission FTIR is the most basic and common type of FTIR where infrared light passes through a sample and the transmitted light is measured. It is typically used for liquid and thin solid samples. Applications: this transmission FTIR is widely used for the analysis of organic compounds, inorganic materials, and thin films. The second type is attenuated total reflectance FTIR. In short form, it is called as ATR FTIR. Principle: in ATR FTIR, the infrared light is directed onto the crystal with a high refractive index. The sample is placed in contact with the crystal and the evanescent wave penetrates a small distance into the sample, allowing for measurement. This method is highly advantageous for solid and liquid samples as it requires little to no sample preparation. Applications: this ATR FTIR is used for the analysis of surface studies, biological tissues, polymers, and powders. The third type is diffuse reflectance infrared Fourier transform spectroscopy. In short form, it is called as DRI-FTS. Principle: this DRI-FTS technique measures the scattered light from a rough or powdered sample rather than transmitted light. It is particularly useful for solid powders and rough surfaces. Regarding applications, diffuse reflectance infrared Fourier transform spectroscopy is used for the analysis of powders, soils, and catalysts. The fourth type is specular reflectance FTIR. In this specular reflectance FTIR method, the infrared light is reflected off the surface of the sample at a specific angle. It is used primarily for the analysis of thin films and coatings on reflective substrates. Regarding applications, specular reflectance FTIR is used for the analysis of thin films, coatings, and surface analysis. The fifth type is photoacoustic spectroscopy. In short form, it is called as PAS FTIR. In this PAS FTIR method, the absorption of infrared radiation by a sample generates a pressure wave or sound wave that can be detected. This is useful for studying samples that are opaque to infrared light. Regarding applications, this photoacoustic spectroscopy is very helpful for the analysis of solids, powders, and thick materials. The sixth type is microspectroscopy FTIR or micro FTIR. This micro FTIR technique combines FTIR with microscopy, allowing for the analysis of very small samples or specific regions of the samples. It is often used in forensic and biochemical applications. Regarding applications, this microspectroscopy FTIR is used for the analysis of small particles, biological cells, and forensic samples. The seventh type is hyphenated FTIR techniques. It includes two techniques. The first technique is FTIR gas chromatography or GC-FTIR. This GC-FTIR technique is used for separating and analyzing volatile compounds. The second technique is FTIR thermogravimetric analysis or TGA-FTIR. This TGA-FTIR technique is used for studying thermal decomposition of materials and combining FTIR with TGA. Dear viewers, that's all about the types of FTIR. Thank you for your support. Thank you.